Hello and welcome to Usability Science's June webinar presentation on how to create an effective product page. My name is Lori Whitaker. I'm a lead usability analyst here at Usability Sciences. This presentation today will last around 20 minutes, and next month we will be covering effective confirmation page strategies. So the first step in creating an effective product page is to inform your users where they are in the site when they're looking at the product page. An example of a site that doesn't quite do a very good job of this is Target. Here we're looking at this patio furniture chair, and you can tell that there are breadcrumbs at the top above the product where they should be, but the coloring of the breadcrumbs and the coloring of the breadcrumb section really blends in with the free shipping option above it, and both of these sections really get overpowered by that bullseye give section that's red and very bold. Additionally, they have similar categories over here to the left. This really makes browsing difficult. From here, you don't know how to get to maybe a patio umbrella or a table that you really want, because your options are all as seen in stores, collection, stationary chairs. There's not a very specific category here. So to inform your users of where they are in a site, you need to provide context for them. Express does a really good job of this. Their breadcrumbs are right above the product picture, similar to Target's, but they're very easy to see. They stand out well on the page. They clearly indicate where you are in the site. For her cardigans, and you're looking at a cardigan. And additionally, I think this is done really well. The 7 of 14 items, you can tell just at the glance how many cardigans there are in the cardigans category, and you can flip through them using these little arrows here. So I think that's just an added functionality that makes it a lot easier for users to browse. Additionally, they have a left navigation here that's really excellent. You can get from cardigans to tops to skirts to jeans. This doesn't change unless you change your overarching category, so users can always come here to reference where they are. Additionally, the what's new, for her, for him, and the sale categories at the top. These options don't ever change. They just get highlighted red to denote which one the user is located in. So if they're unsure of where they are in the site, they can always come up here to double check. Number 2, descriptive product details. Often product descriptions don't fully inform the user of all the features and functionalities of that product. And often the description is formatted in a way that really makes it difficult to comprehend the information that's contained in the description. A site that I think really presents product information well is Crutchfield. They deal a lot with electronics, and electronics, as I'm sure you know, are very detail intensive. You need to know what kind of plugs they have, what networks they support, all of those various options. And Crutchfield does a really nice job of presenting all of that information. They make use of bulleted lists when it comes to just specific details. Here are all your specs on this Blu-ray player right here. It's very easy for a user to come through this list and check off all of the items that they need to have in their new product. They also use bold and different font colors and types to set different sections and different pieces of information apart on the page. They employ the use of white space in between paragraphs to help kind of chunk the information and make it easier to read. They also employ tabs here along the top. The tabs are located below the product picture. Your eye is going to be drawn to this picture first, and then you're going to come down to the tabs. Crutchfield has such a wealth of information, they found it very handy for them to kind of categorize the information into this tabbed information. And that is okay. We found that users don't mind clicking on different tabs to get information as long as they know if they click on accessories, they're going to get accessory information. They don't want anything that doesn't deal with accessories on that window. And these are all located above the fold as well, so it kind of draws the user in. They get to read a paragraph or two of information, and then they also get to see these tabs without having to scroll down. Number 3, make the description for the product visible above the page fold. Often when product descriptions fall below the page fold, users aren't aware that they're there. They request more information from the company, but they don't realize they need to scroll down. Easy solution, place the item description above the page fold. Pottery Barn does a really good example of this. The product description is right here next to the picture. Your eye automatically drawn to the picture. You can see what the patio umbrella looks like, and then you can read a nice bulleted list of the features of the overview information. And if you want more detailed product information or shipping information, because it is an umbrella, you can get to that on these clearly marked tabs. All of this information here is located above the page fold at 1024 by 768. If you can't put all of your product information above the page fold, that's okay. Users don't mind scrolling down as long as they get a bit of a teaser information up here. The difficulty comes when all of this is located down here and users are not aware of the product information. And often we see that when the product picture takes up most of the upper half of the page. Number 4, high quality photos and making additional views available. Your customers are limited to the information that you provide about your products to determine if that product will meet their needs. They can't touch it, they can't pick it up, they can't try a shoe on, they can't try that jacket on, and they certainly can't put that armoire in their bedroom to make sure it fits up against their wall. They're dependent on you for that type of information. A good way to present product information is to give them high resolution photos and additional product views. Nine West does this rather well in their shoe section. Not only do they have a nice view of the shoe on the product detail page, they also have two other options. You get the front and the back of the shoe that you can see. And if you click the enlarge link, you'll get a large high resolution photo of the shoe that almost takes up the entire browser window. That you also get the front and back at a high resolution picture as well, which users, when we did a test for Nine West, really stated that this was one of the things that really popped out for them on the whole entire website. They really appreciated the high resolution picture for the shoe and for the other products on Nine West because they could really see the detail in the shoe, and they would be willing to pay the $79 price for a shoe like this because they could tell that it was well made from the picture. Also, Crutchfield does a really good job with their product pictures as well. Often with electronics you get the front view or the side. You don't often get the back view of an electronic item. Oftentimes you have to go to the store, pick it up, look it around, look over it and see if it's got all of the plugs and the attachments that you need. Crutchfield, for every product that they sell, gives you every view possible for that product, especially taking care to give you the back view so you can see if the plugs match your plugs at work or at home. Number 5, alternative color swatches. We have heard time and time again that only providing color swatches for a product does not give the user a good understanding of how that product is going to look. If it is a zebra print jacket and you've got a color swatch of it in baby blue and the product doesn't change, the product picture doesn't change color, users don't know if that baby blue is going to be perfect for their outfit that they're trying to buy this jacket for. In the same vein, when we've seen people use electronic imaging software to manipulate the colors of an item instead of taking a brand new product photo, people are very suspect of that color presentation. They don't know if they can trust that red on the shirt. Is that a real red, or is that just the red that they picked in the photo editing software? So they're very reluctant to purchase objects that they've seen that can be clearly that you can clearly tell they've been colored in. A great solution is to display a new photo of the product each time a user changes the color. Express does this really well. You can see that this shirt is available in blue and black and brown, and that's the picture that I have. When a user mouses over the blue option, not only do they get to see the blouse actually in the color blue, but you kind of get a slightly different product picture of it, so you can get a better idea of what that shirt's going to look like on you, how the fabric hangs. And when we did a test for Express, users really stated that this was very helpful, that not only did they get to see the true color of the fabric, but they got to have a little bit more of the understanding of how the fabric will drape and fit on them. Product options. Again, users are going to rely on you letting them know what choices they have for this product. So now that they've gotten to the point where they've determined that this is the right shoe or this is the right LCD projector for them, now they need to know if it's available in the size, color, style that they wanted. An easy way to do this is to provide users with the visual representation of the product's options. And as an added bonus, anytime options are dynamically filtered, users really appreciate that. It makes their cognitive load less. They don't have to try to figure out what is actually in their size. A good example of this is 9 West. They start out by offering you the color of the shoe, and these swatches are dynamic. When you mouse over the white, the shoe would become white with a slightly different view of that shoe. So I've picked the turquoise shoe for today, and you can tell that not only you get a product picture of the shoe in that color, you also get to know the width and the size that are available in that color. It's very clear, and it was very clear to users when we tested this product layout, that the wide width is unavailable, so our sizes 5, 10.5, and 11. It's grayed out, it's got the dots around it, it's not selected. You cannot select it on this page. Once you select your width, these also dynamically change, so it kind of narrows your options down more. So users don't have to wait until they click Add to Bag to find out if something's not available. Number 7, upsell options. Often when users are in a brick and mortar store, they rely on the sales associate to help them out with any issues that they may have when they're looking for products. And they rely on them to suggest further options or products that they might want to consider purchasing at the same time. On your website, you use the upsell options to do this. Often we see upsell items are not prominently displayed. They're hidden on the page, or sometimes they're too prominent. They come up in a pop-up window that's separate from any information on the page. Users don't like pop-up windows unless they've chosen to have that action happen by clicking a link. If it pops up on them when they're looking at a grill and they get a pop-up window for charcoal, they're going to close that window almost automatically without even looking at what's on that window. Also, we've seen where the upsell items don't correspond to the main item that the user is there to look at. This causes confusion with users. Sometimes they're not sure why that product's even there on the page because it doesn't go with the main product they're looking at. And sometimes we've seen them completely overlook it because they think it's an ad that's unassociated with the company. An easy solution is to show the upsell items at the same level as the main item that users are looking at. Again, with Express, they do a really nice job of this. Here you've come to the page looking at the cardigan, but if you look over here to the right, unobtrusive on the page but still yet prominently displayed, you've got 3 options for the May We Suggest. Not only do you have clothing, you've actually got the cardigan and the jeans that are pictured in this photo with the cardigan. So it's almost as if you have that sales associate next to you saying, well, you know what would really look good with that? Why don't you try this cardigan and this pair of jeans? And additionally, they've got a handbag listed. It's not in the picture either. It's not in the picture, but as any woman would know, you walk into a store often and you come out with things that you had no idea you were going to purchase. And it may not make someone buy up this handbag, but you might go to the handbag section thinking, yes, I do need a new bag. I've got the jeans, I've got the camisole, and I've got the sweater, and now I need a new purse. So this accessory does go logically with this outfit. In addition, if the user would click on any one of these product pictures, they would be taken to that product page where they could buy that product, which users have said is really helpful. It cuts down on them having to figure out what is this, is there a name of the purse, Do I have to go to the accessories category over here on the left and then hopefully remember what it looked like? It just really cuts down on any of that confusion for them. Call to action buttons. Often we've seen where users have determined what product they want to buy, but they're not sure how to buy it. They don't really know what their next step is and how to do it. And often it's because adding things to a saved list, like a wish list, or printing the item if they need to give a piece of paper to maybe their manager or something to make sure that that item meets their needs, or just simply to purchase the item, add it to their cart. They don't understand it because often these options are named differently. Sometimes the options are scattered across the page. They're not grouped together in a logical order, and it's just really difficult for them to execute. Solutions. Number 1, group your actionable items together on the page. Best Buy does a really nice job of this. After you've seen the picture of the jump drive, you've looked at the information about it, you've read the reviews, now it's time to purchase. You're going to check out the price. It's in red. It also stands out on the page from all the other blue and yellow and white. The Add to Cart button is green. Green means go. I also like the fact that they have the icon there of the shopping cart, just in case anybody doesn't understand what cart means. They all understand the icon of shopping cart. It's also a button. There is no other button on this page except for the go button up here in the menu, the search options. It's clearly the biggest call to action on this page. You want them to add this to the cart. That's why you want customers to come to your sites to purchase things. In case they're not quite ready to add it to their cart, you've got the add to wish list right below that. It's clearly labeled wish list. Oftentimes when users are confronted with things such as my closet or my box, they're confused. They're not sure what that means, especially if they see my cart next to that. They get really unsure and they tend not to use that option at all because they're not sure what would happen or if they would be committed to a further action such as purchasing. So I would suggest sticking with the term wish list or favorites. And also this icon here with the plus sign, it's pretty much a universal sign for bookmarks or favorites or wish lists. And also you've got your printer friendly option down below here, clearly indicated by the icon of the printer, and you know what you're going to get. If you click there, you're going to get a page that you can print out on your computer with all the relevant information as well. All right, well, thank you so much.